Hey, Mom, and welcome to the AFC, or as I like to call it, the Land of Extremes, where the league hits its highest highs and its lowest lows.
Subscribe to see what happens next.
Go to the north and let's start with the Bengals. They are the exact same as the Cowboys. All offense, no defense. Joe Burrow should have won MVP last year. He had better stats than Lamar and Josh Allen. It's just his defense is bad, so they went 8-9. But he was the best quarterback in the league last year. I'm getting scared. At this juncture, I don't know if he's going to win an MVP in his career, which would be sad because he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And anything that says he's not is propaganda. I mean, I'm one of the guys who's like, stats don't tell everything. But for him, I mean, you can't ignore the stats, right? Stats exist for a reason. And stats don't tell everything, but stats do still tell something. And, I mean, he is crazy, man, but he's hurt. They had Jake Browning, who I said was awful. A few years ago, he came in for Burrow when he got hurt, and he was decent. This year, I watched that first game that he was in against the Jaguars, and he was diabolical. He was actually awful against Minnesota. He was trash. That guy's garbage. Flacco was awful on the Browns this year. Unlike his first tenure with the Browns where he was decent. But he's been playing pretty well on the Bengals. So we'll see how that works out. But no defense. Through that game against the Bears because their safeties can't tackle. Bengals are a mess. I don't know if they can make it back to another Super Bowl anytime soon unless they fix that defense. The Cleveland Browns are still one of the sloppiest organizations in the league. I like Dylan Gabriel, but I don't know if he's the answer. They're not even giving Shedeur a chance. Honestly, I feel like they should at least give him a chance. I mean, they don't want to buy into that whole Sanders circus or whatever, and I can respect that, I guess, but got to give him a chance because he looked okay in preseason. Again, preseason means nothing. But hey, I'm all for, giving a guy a chance. I'm all for giving a preseason star a regular season chance. Because, I mean, why have preseason if we're not going to, base our regular season off of that, right? So, I don't see why not give Sanders a chance. That Judkins guy, their running back, is pretty good. We'll see how long that lasts. Their defense is always good. Myles Garrett's still good. Good thing he's loyal to the Browns. Nothing else to say about the Browns. I mean, what's new? The Baltimore Ravens are doing their best 49ers impression. Everybody is hurt or was hurt. Lamar is back to being injured all the time. Derrick Henry is starting to play his age. Not well. At least, I don't know, he's fumbling a lot, which he's never been a guy to fumble. So that's bizarre. But he's still playing okay. I mean, it's not like he's one of the worst running backs in the league, but he's definitely regressing. I think they got rid of Jair Alexander, which is good, because he wasn't playing well for them at all. Yeah, their defense, I don't know if it still was. I know at the beginning of the season it was dog duty. It probably still is. But, the Ravens, they just can't get it done, man. Doesn't matter how good they are. I don't think they're going to make a legitimate postseason push this season, if they even do make it into the postseason, because they're a really bad start. But, we'll see. The Pittsburgh Steelers are better. I didn't know if Unkwashed Rogers was going to be any good. Turns out he's playing pretty decent there. I was relying on him. I was relying on the Steelers to play normal Steelers football, which is be able to drive far enough down the field to get the field goal range that Chris Boswell can win them the game by just kicking field goals. They can't drive far enough to get a touchdown, just far enough to get field goals. But this year they actually score touchdowns, which is a little unfortunate for my fantasy team with Chris Boswell. But it is what it is. I mean, Steelers, they are, I don't know. The defense is always good. I don't know that ever has been bad. There are a few games where the defense could have been better, but otherwise, it's pretty much the same squad. Offense does look a little bit better. I'm glad they got rid of Najee Harris. I was never really a Najee Harris fan. That's kind of lame, though, that he tore his ACL or whatever, his Achilles on the Chargers. That's a shame. Obviously, I didn't like him as a player or anything, but it's not like I didn't like him as a person. I just didn't personally think he was that good at football. But yeah, Gainwell seems a little bit better than he was. I don't know though. Again, stats don't tell everything. Watch the game. Same with Justin Fields. He was on the Steelers last year, and his stats looked pretty good. He was like 10-1 or something, touchdown passing or touchdown interception ratio. But if you actually watch the games, he would just miss open reads like deep. Like he'd throw to a covered check down instead of some dude who was wide open like 40 yards down the field. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, same old Steelers football. Alrighty, let's shift over to the AFC West with the Kansas City Chiefs. This seems to be the year they finally took a step back. Super Bowl still not out of the question, never is with that team. Travis Kelce is still washed and bad. I mean, he was a really good player. He's just not anymore. The fact that he got voted to the Pro Bowl last year, like #1 votes or whatever, was ridiculous with like 700 receiving yards. That's like how Mike Trout got voted to the MLB All-Star game this season, which takes place in the middle of the season. And at that point, he had played, like when the voting was taking place, he had only played half the games up to that point because he's always hurt. But he just got voted there because of popularity. Like, same with Travis Kelce. It's just ridiculous, man. But defense, still pretty good. Coaching staff is always great. Mahomes, still great. I mean, that team it's still good, but they do seem to have lost a little bit of their devil magic. They aren't as good in one-score games. I think they've lost, like, all their one-score games this season. So, when last season they were dominant in one-score games. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's hard to count the Chiefs out at any point in the season until the postseason arrives. The LA Chargers are still the LA Chargers. I mean, Jim Harbaugh made the team better. Way better than it was with Brandon Staley. Herbo is still good, but I've always been of the opinion that he and Austin Eckler especially were overrated. I mean, everybody sings Herbo's praises, and yeah. Talent. He has talent and all this stuff. But where's the success at? Have they won the division at all while he's been quarterback there? I mean, I don't know that for sure. I haven't checked the stats, but I don't think so. I think Mahomes still owns him. Where's playoff success at all? What? They made the playoffs one time and they lost to the Jags? And where the Jags, like, they were up, like, 4 scores at halftime or something? Like, 4-3 scores? Ridiculous, man. I mean, I don't know how people can put Herbo in top 10 with that playoff success. Like, yes, he's talented, but where's the winning? I mean, he doesn't win. He doesn't win games. Where's that at? But otherwise, I still think he's a good quarterback. Just not necessarily elite yet. The defense is surprisingly good. I feel like most of the time Chargers D sucks. This year doesn't seem bad. The rest of the offense seems okay. Of course, you know, Najee Harris is done, so that's a shame. Not for his career, but just for the season. You know, just kind of same old Chargers football. They should go back to San Diego, but I don't think that'd be popular. Las Vegas Raiders are an immeasurable cluster cuss. This, in my opinion, has been, and always will be, one of the worst and most boring teams in the NFL. I've never been a fan of the silver and black color scheme. It honestly puts me to sleep, personally, and it doesn't help that the football isn't any good. But, you know, that's just me. Ashton Genty, I still think he's good, but I don't know why this team would pick, with their 6th overall pick in the draft, why they would pick a running back when their O-line is terrible. Like, what is he going to do, man? I mean, he has no help in Las Vegas. I didn't think that he was going to work there, regardless of how talented he was, just because of how bad the team is. Pete Carroll, I don't really have an opinion on him. Defense is decent, but, I mean, it doesn't matter if your offense can't score. But yeah, defense has never really been a problem there. Offense is atrocious. Again, Genty can't run for any yards, and he looks like he fights his butt off. They can't run for any yards. He can't pass block. He can't catch. I just watched the other night, there was the Broncos game on. I had that on for like 5 minutes because I didn't feel like watching that trash. Genty, like, had the chance to catch this ball right over the middle. And it popped out of his hands and the defense caught it like Kadarius Toney. I mean, he can't pass block and he can't catch. And he doesn't even have the ability to run because the team's so bad. Geno Smith, I don't know, bro. If he got hurt, that'd be a massive loss for the rest of the league. Because I'm pretty sure he's thrown more passes to defenders than players on his team this season. Yeah, Geno Smith isn't working out there. He says, I came to Vegas. I didn't come to Vegas to roll the dice. I came to run the table. And then every pass I see that he throws is like super risky. Like, what do you mean? You're rolling the dice all the time. Like, if I watched that Raiders-Chargers game, and he kept throwing in the coverage, and even the announcers were like, he's throwing some dangerous passes tonight. What do you mean? You didn't come here to roll the dice. All you do is throw in the coverage. Like, yeah. Raiders stink. There's no help coming for this team. The Denver Broncos are living proof that anything is possible. Yeah. This team, I think everybody knows they don't deserve their record 8-2. Defense, still awesome. Bo Nix, love Bo Nix, but he still needs to improve a lot because sometimes, like against the Raiders, most recently, and against the Jets when they went to London, the offense was awful. Truly horrendous. I think they won that Jets game like 13-11 or something. Like, seriously, I saw MLB games this season with a higher score than that. Like, I mean, just truly a miracle that they are as successful as they are. Obviously, that shows how good of a coach Sean Payton is. I hope Bo Nix works out because it's easy to like Bo Nix. But they got some good players on the offense. I like J.K. Dobbins, their running back. He's not elite, but he's good. They have Pat Bryant of Illinois. Let's go. Again, the defense, still pretty good. Let's coast on over to the East Coast with the AFC East and the New England Patriots. Now, things are looking up again in New England. They really hadn't been good or really, I mean, they've made the playoffs, but they haven't been truly, like, super good at football since Tom Brady left. In, like, 2020, he left. And since then, they have not really been the same team. But, you know, they're back. Drake May seems to, he seems to be having success. And unlike Mac Jones, he seems to be able to sustain it. And, you know, he can make some pretty impressive throws. He just seems like a pretty good quarterback. The defense, I don't know too much about the defense, but I think they're probably like around league average is what I'd guess. I mean, I don't know anything about them. So obviously they're not atrocious or they're not like great, because if they were either one, I would have heard something about them. But yeah, the offense looks pretty decent. Mike Vrabel seems to be doing a good job as a head coach, but kind of similar to how Herbo is with the Chargers. We'll have to see if Drake May's talent can translate to winning or not. On to the Jets, Jets. Jets stands for Just Endure the Suffering, by the way. I don't know if you do that. Anyway, Jets, very irrelevant. They're kind of up there with the Cardinals, where they are just too mediocre to talk about. Although they kind of differ from the Cardinals, because the Cardinals are too mediocre to mention, whereas the Jets sometimes are so bad that people talk about them. Fields doesn't, I mean, he looks like Bears Fields, you know, flashes of greatness in between garbage football. They were sellers at the deadline. Sauce and Williams from the defense are gone, so their defensive play up to this point doesn't really matter for the future. They have Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall on the offense, who are just begging to get out of New York because the Jets suck. Of the big three losers, the one-win teams, they are probably up there for the worst, although I think Tennessee might have them beat. The Buffalo Bills are the exact same as they have been for the last several years. Yes, once again, it's another Josh Allen season where he's really, really good, and the offense does really, really well. And the defense plays just good enough. And they beat Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. Yeah, it's a pretty familiar formula. Not much to say about the Bills. Still good. Super Bowl, I mean, they're always Super Bowl contenders, right? But, I don't know. At this point, it's getting... It's kind of like the 49ers, where your window's been open for a long time, and you haven't done anything, all right? Just either do something or give some other team the chance to make the playoffs or something. Like, New England might take your spot at the top of the division anyway. Give them a chance, all right? Then we have the Miami Dolphins. What a mess. Seriously, what a mess. Tua. I used to love Tua. Back in, like, I don't know what the season was, 2021, 2022. He was a dog. He was, in my opinion, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And then he got concussed 3 times. And in the same season, and ever since then, he has been awful. He's super inconsistent. Some weeks he throws 4 touchdowns, some weeks he throws 4 interceptions. I mean, you really can't tell what you're going to get with the Dolphins. They either blow somebody out or they get shut out. It's legit however the team is feeling, because like they'll get shut out by somebody like the Jets. I mean, that didn't happen, but that's just like an example. Team is so bad. Tyreek Hill is dead. Jalen Waddle is stuck in Dolphins purgatory. I mean, there's no way out. They have Darren Waller at the tight end. That shows you how much they've gone downhill. I mean, yeah, that team is just kind of in shambles. Mike McDaniels is on the hot seat, their head coach. We'll see what happens with Miami, but if I were them, you got to get rid of Tua, man. You can't write him out. There's enough sample size to show that he is not the answer. Finally, we're going down south to the AFC South, and we are starting with the Indianapolis Colts, led by Indiana Jones himself. Now, yeah, the Daniel Jones comeback year, yeah. We'll see. I know we're 8 weeks into the season, but for me, that's still not enough sample size. I need a season or 2 to really tell if a quarterback is, all he's cracked up to be, or really anyone of any position. He needs to sustain it, although through 8 or 9 weeks or whatever, he so far has, besides, I think his game against the Steelers, he didn't play too well, but that game is still close. So overall, this is probably one of the best teams in the league. The offense, great. I mean, this team is truly like how the Bucs were when Brady was there. I mean, this is a star-studded team who just missing the quarterback, because Jonathan Taylor's crazy. Pittman, at receiver's crazy. They have that Warren tight end who's great. Their O-line for the last several years has been awesome. Ever since the later years of Andrew Luck, it's been great. They've just never had a good quarterback. Their defense, still great. I think they still have DeForest Buckner. They just added Sauce Gardner. And they have a few other stars on there. So this team, I don't know if they're Super Bowl contenders. I mean, teams have won before with worse quarterbacks than Danny Dimes. But, I don't know, we'll see. The Houston Texans are a disappointment. This team has never really been that good since Deshaun Weinstein left. There was that stretch after Massage Watson left where they couldn't win any games. I think that was where they had Davis Mills. I don't know who they had immediately following him because, he had all that legal trouble. And there was just that stretch where they were really, really bad. The best player on the team was Laramie Tunstall, who infamously did that thing with the gas mask that dropped his draft stock. But whatever. Yeah, they were really, really bad. And then last year, they thought they struck gold with C.J. Stroud. He played super well. Or no, not last year. 2 years ago. Geez, already 2 years ago. He was balling out, right? He was the best rookie quarterback. He was like Jaden Daniels of 2 years ago. And last year, he just played okay, sophomore slump. And then this year, I mean, he's still, in his sophomore slump. He's just not playing too great. The rest of the offense seems to be doing okay, but not good enough to win games by themselves. They majorly need help from the defense, so maybe not really okay. They're just kind of doing bad. But the defense has come to their rescue because they obviously have some wins, even though they started 0-3. They won some games, so the defense is kind of helping them out. This team is super disappointing. What could have been if Groper Cleveland was still their QB? The Jacksonville Jaguars are like the A's of the NFL. Yes, I compare them to the Oakland Athletics because they have 2 things in common. They are fun to watch, and they are bad at sports. Yes, the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they still have a positive record, but watching their football is very fun because you don't know if you're about to see a pick six or a touchdown. I mean, whenever Trevor Lawrence throws the ball, you seriously don't know if it's going to be a touchdown for the Jags or the other team. It is very curious to watch. I mean, they're super fun. Defense is energetic. Defense is good. Offense is a coin flip. Either they can't move the ball 2 yards or they're flying down the field. So it is really bizarre. T-Law, he's kind of one of those quarterbacks, kind of like Justin Fields, where every year feels like his rookie year. I don't know if he's improving. I don't know if he's getting worse. He just kind of always plays the same. And he really kind of goes, even like back and forth, half to half. I mean, he's had games in the past where he throws 4 picks in the first half and 4 touchdowns in the second half. Playoff game versus the Chargers. It's super bizarre, but love watching Jacksonville play. They're very entertaining, but I don't even think they can make the playoffs this year. Finally, we have the Tennessee Titans. They're bad. I don't know how. I mean, I guess coaching is bad, but coaching only affects so much. Coaching isn't everything, all right? You can have a super team and have a mediocre coach, and they're still going to make the playoffs every year. But good coaching, that will win you close games, but blowouts, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. So when the Titans get spanked, it's just them being bad. And they have a lot of, players with names. Jeffrey Simmons. I think they still have Chidobe Awuzie. Maybe Ladarius Sneed even. I'm not sure if those guys are still on the team. But I knew they were last year when they were still bad. Cam Ward, I mean, I've liked some of the throws he made, but he hasn't been the best. It's hard, kind of like Ashton Genty. I mean, how is he supposed to succeed on a team this bad with so little support? Calvin Ridley is an unk. Responsible gambler Calvin Ridley drops a bunch of passes. Offense, there's just not much help there. Defense isn't doing anything. I mean, you could set out 11 lawn chairs and they'd probably play better defense. It's embarrassing. If you've seen that one touchdown from their game against the Cardinals, yeah, you know that this team is a clown show. I mean, seriously. They should change their name to like the Tennessee Circus or something. Like, I'm being legit. Alright, yeah, that's all the teams.